Hey everybody, happy new comic book day. This is Wednesday, June the 8th, 2016. I'm Aaron, editor-in-chief of Comic Booked, and just here to share my comic haul with you for this week. A lot of good books, a lot of stuff from Rebirth. There's some Civil War stuff out there. I didn't necessarily pick it up, but there were some Civil War books from the Marvel side, and a ton of other things. So normally what I do is go through books. I start with DC, do all the indie stuff, and then Marvel, Image then Marvel. So kind of organize it that way. So we'll just dive right in. There's quite a bit of stuff this week. First off, DC's given that whole their new little logo for all the issues. But I got Harley Quinn and her gang of Harleys, issue 3. This has been a pretty good series so far. Harley's hired this gang of Harleys to go out and help her fight crime. It's been a good series. Really have enjoyed it. It is a 6-issue miniseries, so this is issue 3 of 6. So looking forward to how this plays out. It's been pretty good so far. I also picked up Hanna-Barbera's Wacky Raceland, which is supposed to be like Wacky Races. But it kind of looks like a Mad Max-ish type of thing too. Just a little crazy, but this is issue 1. It is a $3.99 book. I know they said all their Rebirth books are going to be $2.99, but they're still going to keep their other books at $3.99. So there was a variant cover on this too, but I thought this looked pretty cool. So kind of in the same vein as Scooby Apocalypse, just a reboot of the old characters, and it looks pretty interesting. I thought I would pick it up and check it out. Of course, also this week, big news from DC as Rebirth continues. Action Comics number 957 is out. It's got a great cover there. So starting again with the going back to the original numbering. So a couple years, well, actually in a little over a year at this point, or a little under a year, we will see issue 1000 of Action Comics, as long as things hold. So we'll see what happens. All right. Detective Comics also went back to its original numbering. So we have issue 934 of that out today. So that'll be a little over a year, as these are weekly books now. And going back to the Rebirth one-shots, Aquaman number 1, Aquaman Rebirth number 1 was out this week. Wonder Woman Rebirth number 1. And this book looks pretty cool. This one and the Flash Rebirth number 1, which is the other Rebirth book out this week. Both are supposed to really contain information associated with the DC Universe Rebirth number 1 book, which is kind of what I've been like, oh, where is this stuff? What's going on? But obviously, Flash has to talk about Wally. I mean, Barry knows him. He helped him come back. So hopefully we'll see some great stuff there. But look forward to a video probably tomorrow night or Friday from Justin and I, maybe Jesse as well. We'll see who else can jump in as we talk about the Rebirth books and review them and give you our take on them. So I look forward to that. That was it for us from DC. Aftershock has Second Sight number 5 out this week. This is a pretty cool book. The main character can see, kind of see what's going on through the eyes of a killer. Basically, that's what he's drawn to, is murder and death, but only when he's high. So he takes some drugs, he sees some visions, and he can help the police catch the murderers. And it's a pretty cool series. It's been really good. And this is written by John Caleese, or Calitz maybe, but it's been really, really a good series. So. Another one I had to pick up this week, American Mythology Productions, Pink Panther number 1. I like the Pink Panther. I just wanted to check this out. I love the classic cover with Clouseau there chasing the Pink Panther down. It's definitely it looks like the old cartoons inside, which is great. I love the old classic Pink Panther cartoons. So I'll just have to see how it is. It looks pretty cool. Looks like they're also doing a Three Stooges book coming out soon, so something to keep an eye on. Big book this week from Boom, as Big Trouble in Little China hits issue 25. Kind of the whole storyline coming together now as Lopan, everything with Jack Burton Jack, this is continuing right on from Big Trouble in Little China from the end of the movie, and so now we're 2 years into this book, and it's just been a great story. It really, really has. So this is definitely a big deal to hit 25 issues. Even the continuation of Escape from New York ended after I think 21 issues. So it's pretty cool. I really like that book. Dark Horse had quite a few books out this week. Harrow County, number 13. Cullen Bunn continuing the writing on this, and it looks like Tyler Crook is back for his beautiful art. Just really, really love the work that he does, the colors and just everything. It's just great. So an awesome book. Prometheus, Life and Death, a new miniseries, 4 issues. So they're kind of continuing this cycle. They did Fire and Stone last year with all of the different groups. Now they've had Aliens, Life and Death, Prometheus, Life and Death, Predator, Life and Death. Those are the ones that'll be out. Let's see if they had a checklist. I don't remember seeing one. They just say Life and Death 2 coming out in a couple months, or in a month. Nope, nothing about timeline. They do say, where this it basically happens just over a year after the events of Fire and Stone. So it is a pretty neat book. I like the alien stuff, the Prometheus stuff that they're continuing. Dark Horse has always had a good handle on those characters, and they're treating them very well. And House of Penance, number 3. This continues to tell a crazy tale about the Winchester House out in California. I don't know if you know anything about this, but it's supposedly haunted. The main owner of that was Sarah Winchester, I believe her name was Sarah. Yes, she kind of went nuts after her kids died, and we don't, haven't heard the whole story here, but she continued to build this house thinking that there were demons after her, constantly monsters and creatures after her, and she did things in the house to protect her dead children, which is crazy. Ripping out staircases and putting in smaller stairs so the ghosts of her kids could walk up and down the stairs without problems. Doors that opened onto nothing, or doors that opened to the outside, and you could drop 3 stories simply to confuse the spirits in the house. So this is a really cool story about the building and continuous building of that house. So House of Penance, great artwork in it, just some really cool stuff. You got detail like this on the hands and the creepy in whatever that infects these people, the madness that infects them in this house. Really great. And this is issue 3. I think it's like a 5 or 6 issue miniseries. Peter J. Tomasi working on it. Really, really like it. So I can't say enough good about that book. It's very cool. A Train Called Love, number 9, out this week. The finale comes up next month. But this has just been a crazy ride, really, on A Train Called Love. It's about drugs, sex, guns, misunderstandings, the relationships. It's been really good. It's Garth Ennis, and it's just a crazy book. I'm excited to see how it ends. Oni Press has issue number 10 of Invader Zim, one of my favorite books out this week. I really like that. And Xander Cannon's Kaiju Max Season 2, Issue 2 is out this week, as we see Big Red there on the cover. He's actually harboring 2 fugitives currently, so we'll see what happens with that. All right, we're down to Image. For Image books, Renato Jones, The 1%, Issue 2. This is such a great book. If you are not reading this, you really need to go pick this one up. The first issue was awesome. I'm looking forward to the second one. Invisible Republic number 10 comes out this week as well, and this is Gabriel Hardman working on it. It's a good book. It's kind of a political thriller with a little sci-fi thrown in there, and it's great mystery. It's really good, but a lot of political thriller kind of stuff in there. So, Birthright number 16. We're way into this story. Birthright is awesome. It's about this little kid who gets separated from his family, lost in the woods, transported to another world. In that other world, he grows up into the hero that the world needed, and then he shows back up in our world now, 20-some, 30 years old, and it's just this convoluted thing as he tries to reconnect with his family, but really for with an ulterior motive of trying to uh, clear the path for this evil overlord to take over. So it's pretty cool. One of the best image books right now, Faster Than Light. Brian Haberlin works on this book. Issue 7 is out this week. This is such a cool story. It's a sci-fi, but it's like a near sci-fi. As humans have developed the first faster than light ship, or the second technically, but we found out in the first story arc that uh, we didn't really develop it necessarily. We just copied the blueprints that were sent to us back in 1940s when a message was received, or the 1940s or 50s, a message was received from space that gave us all the details on how to do all kinds of stuff. But the only thing we could interpret was faster than light technology. What we're trying to do now is find help to protect us from these evil beings that are coming to destroy us now. It's pretty cool. And the best thing about this is the UAR technology. They talk about an interactive 3D experience. So you download the UAR app, and then you hold it over the cover when you get your iPhone or your iPad or whatever, and it does 3D images, and you can move them around and look at them, and it pops up different information about the book and different pages of the book where it interacts with them in really cool ways. On the back cover, it'll give you like the captain's log, and you can see different things. It's great, really, really a cool use of technology. It definitely adds to the enjoyment of that book. Warren Ellis's Injection number 10 is out this week. This is a cool story. It's about an AI that was created to change the world, and it was kind of like injected with magic, and it's just been a crazy book. Weird things happening in the world, and the AI is to blame. All right, Shudder number 22 out this week. Joe Keating's book. Very cool story about Kate Christopher and her family as she continues to discover more about them. It's great art and a pretty cool story. But 22 issues into it, you're going to have to go back and look up some stuff about it. Wolf number 8 from Alice Cott. Very good book. The girl is kind of like the Antichrist. The guy is kind of like this unkillable, immortal guy, and they're trying to solve a mystery. So it says Antoine Wolf, a hard-boiled paranormal detective with a death wish, had to cope with sudden responsibility for an orphan teenage girl who turned out to be a possible Antichrist and a definite werewolf. That's cool. Then Wolf messed up. So 5 years later, that's where we're at. So it's pretty cool. All right, so that's it, other than Marvel. So let's jump right in. First off, from Icon, the Icon imprint, Empress number 3 from Mark Miller and Stuart Immonen. Great series, and it has been optioned for a movie. They're working on the movie now, so something to look forward to. Also, Marvel, the drawing of the 3, Bitter Medicine. This is Stephen King's Dark Tower series continuing, and this is issue 3 of 5. It's been pretty cool as they're trying to help Odetta Walker merge or whatever, and clear up her problems with having the split personality. So it's good. Star Wars Darth Vader issue 21. It's hard to believe this has almost been 2 years that these series have been going on. So Darth Vader 21. Now that Dr. Aphra is free from the prison, she's roaming the universe or the galaxy, and Darth Vader's trying to hunt her down, find out what's going on. Poe Dameron issue 3. This series is really heating up. The egg is about to hatch. We're going to see what it's going to be. It's pretty cool. On to the regular Marvel titles. Daredevil number 8. Charles Soule's run on Daredevil has just been awesome. Really looking forward to this. And he continues to write this one, so pretty good. As Elektra was there the last couple issues, and we kind of resolved that story. That was great. So we're looking forward to seeing what's going to happen with the new run. Guardians of the Galaxy issue number 9. This has been pretty good too. A lot of different things going on. Probably not my favorite Guardians story right now. I think Guardians of Infinity is my favorite storyline, but Guardians of the Galaxy has been pretty good. New Avengers number 12 out this week. It's hard to believe it's been a year. This one's been up. I got the variant cover. I thought was pretty cool. So this storyline, we found out last issue that everything we thought was going one way is really going a completely different way because Roberto DaCosta had a completely different plan in mind as far as taking out Hydra and taking care of all the bad stuff that was going on with this series with double and triple agents and all that stuff. It's just amazing. It's pretty funny. So we'll see what happens. Issue 2 of Thunderbolts, Jim Zub writing this run. Bucky and Kobik and a bunch of other characters that really are very reminiscent of the original Thunderbolts series. Great stuff. I'm looking forward to reading issue 2. All New X-Men number 10. This has been pretty cool as Kid Apocalypse went back in time, and it looks like he's met young Apocalypse, and so they're kind of, and it's weird. It looks like maybe he's going to sacrifice him. We don't know why exactly. Kind of went against something I said last week, which was I'm not going to buy any more Deadpool, but I did get the last issue of Deadpool and the Mercs for Money because it was a 5-issue miniseries, and I didn't want to be 1 through 4 and not have the last issue. So I went ahead and picked it up. I'll read it, and see what's in there. But that was it for me for this week. I didn't pick up any of the 2 Civil War books. Gods of War, I think, was one, and then Amazing Spider-Man Civil War 2. So if you did pick those up, leave some comments. Let me know what you think about that whole series. I'm going to get the regular book, the Civil War 2 series, but I'm not going to get a bunch of the spin-off stuff. I'll just wait, and then a year or so from now, I'll pick them up out of the dollar bins, because that's the way it goes. All right. Great comics this week. Pretty cool stuff. Leave me comments. Let me know what you're reading. Let me know what you think about the stuff in my stack, or if there's something in particular you want to talk about. Leave comments. I do reply. I appreciate everybody who watches and takes the time. Keep an eye on our channel for reviews of individual comics. Wednesday or Tuesday nights, we're going to try to get up a show where we talk about kind of what we're looking forward to from the new comics. And, there's always some great stuff out there. So go read more comics. Thanks for watching.